Alright, Mark. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, think about it for a minute before just answering. On a scale of 1 to 10, how honest have you been with us?
Probably about a 9.
Outflashes 5-6.
In late 2021, New Mexico State Police were called to a house where they found Mark Valencia in the driveway with blood on his hands. Inside the house, they found 2 people dead. State Police detectives interviewed Valencia back at the station. He stated a fight broke out over a bad haircut.
Wind was something else.
It was not a good day yesterday.
So, you live with Eva?
Well, she lives with me.
She lives with you? Okay.
Yes.
Who is she to you?
She's my girl. She's my girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
And you guys have been dating for how long?
About a year. About a year.
About a year?
Yeah.
And has she lived with you this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you have any children together? No?
No.
So you guys woke up and you're both kind of sick with the head cold, and then walk me through the day.
Well, we got up, we, got together. I fixed the carport and put up lights, and it was a good day. It was a decent day, for us. And it was a regular day, and, we ended up going to our Uncle Dave's that, he was like, well, we'll give you toilet paper and this and that. And he's like, well, I got something for you guys. And that was when the alcohol started drinking in.
Is that what he meant by got something? Okay.
Yes. And a lot of times that's my problem. She's an alcoholic, I'm an alcoholic. So it does not mix.
Okay.
And so, I've told her, Dave, it's fine to hang out with Uncle Dave, but alcohol does not always necessarily mean good for us.
Okay.
And we started drinking and hanging out, and Uncle Dave actually brought Steve home, which was actually, he thinks of him as a son.
Okay.
But, we've seen him here and there. So, we hang out and whatever, and then we started, he cut his hair, he cut my hair, and he started getting an attitude with me, and I was just like, dude, just stop. And
Steve did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it started kind of growing from there, and he took a shower, and I was like, okay. And he just, as soon as he got out of the shower, I was talking, with Uncle Dave and Eva, and he started kind of, opening his mouth, like, oh, well, this and that, and I started getting annoyed, and I was just like, dude, you need to stop. You need to stop, just leave me alone. And it started growing, and I'm not a violent person, I'm not, but when I need to protect myself, I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done my level 3 security, I've done all that. So I am armed, and, I told him, you need to back off, dude. You need to back off. Stop. And it just started growing, and one thing went to another, and everything just started. To me, it's a nightmare. It is. It's something that it's a nightmare to me. It is. It's a nightmare to me. I didn't want anything to grow, and I will defend myself the best that I can, and that's just how I am. Mm-hmm. I will protect myself, and I will protect who's with me. And
sure.
Things just got out of hand, and that's what happened.
So when you and Eva came over, how'd you guys get to Uncle Dave's?
I drove.
You drove?
I drove.
What kind of car did you drive?
The Chevy Malibu.
And whose car is that?
It's mine.
It's yours?
It's
okay.
Mine. It's mine.
So were you guys drinking
Yeah,
when
we were
the
drinking.
haircuts happened?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where did you guys cut hair at?
In the bathroom. In the back bathroom.
The back bathroom? Okay. What did Steve start throwing you attitude for?
He just, I don't know. Like, I mean, he cut half my hair, and I was like, dude, really? Like,
Only half of it.
yeah, I'm like, really, dude? Like, I mean, come on. That's just like, okay, I'm gonna cut half your hair. You need to get out. And I was just like, dude, really? I was like, nah, bro. Like, come on. And so it started going from there, and, you know, he finished and took a shower, and then he came out, and it just started growing from there, and he started getting an attitude with me, and I was just like, you know what, just please stop, dude. And it just started growing, and I was like, no, dude, no. You know, he wanted to just fight with me, and I was just like, no, dude, like, I'm not gonna, no, stop.
Right? Leave me
Stop.
alone kind of thing.
Stop, leave me alone, just, you know what, he was like, well, come on, you know, and
How tall was he?
he's about 6 foot,
About 6 foot?
6'2",
What did he look like?
big guy, shaved head now,
Fresh haircut?
yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, both of us now,
Okay.
except I have the beard.
Okay.
So, I you know,
So it started in the bathroom and then kind of continued. Where were you guys when it continued?
in the living room,
And
watching TV, and he was there too,
were
and
you guys sitting down? Were you?
yeah, we were sitting down, and then we stood up, and I was like, dude, you need to stop, bro. He was like, I don't care, like, you know, he kind of got huffy with me, and I was like, nah, dude, stop. Please stop, like, mm-mm. And it kind of went from there, and
And what happened?
it grew from there.
Okay. And by grow from there, I'd like to hear what your perspective of grew from there is.
I told him to stop, and, you know, tell him, bro, like, you need to get away from me, you know, because I felt threatened. I mean, come on, he's a lot bigger than me.
Okay.
He wanted to fight with me.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What did he say?
He said, you know what, like, you know, let's go outside. I told him, I was like, you know what, no, I like, just, let's just squash it. I tried, and I tried to talk to him, and, you know, he's like, you know what, no. Let's go outside, let's deal with this. And I go, you know what? I tried to calm it, and he just kept on pushing. And then finally I just had enough. And one thing led to the other, and I felt that, and then I felt that I had to protect myself.
Okay. What made you feel threatened?
I mean, he's a big dude, like, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, yeah, I can protect myself, but, I mean, he's a big dude.
What was Eva and David doing during this time?
They were there. Eva tried to come in between, and she tried, and I told her, I was like, babe, stop. Like, you know what, I don't want to fight with him either. But she kept on getting in, and she got in the way, and it just led from one thing to another, and it got out of hand very quickly. Very quickly. And I didn't... I didn't mean to. I didn't. I really didn't.
Didn't mean to what?
I told him to back away,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stepped back and I shot at him.
Okay.
But Eva got in the way, and I ended up shooting her. And I didn't mean to. I did not mean to. I really didn't. I didn't mean to. I know she was trying to step in for me and trying to get me back,
Right, and that's your girl.
Well, she was protecting him too, and I'm like, babe, no, stop, just get out of the way. And he kept on coming at me, and I felt like, stop, just, you know what, no. I don't want this, like, he's threatening me. And he's a bigger dude than me. I'm like, really? No. I can't, like, I don't know what he can do. He's always said that he was trained and he could do this, he could do that. And I'm like, well, he can, like, okay.
So, you said you shot at him, and Eva was in the way. I'm curious, when you went to the house, did you carry your gun with you?
I carry it in the bottom of my driver's seat.
Okay.
And so it's always open, so if any PD pulls me over, I tell him, hey, it's here,
On the floor.
it's open, I'll even put it back up, I'll put it where the middle counsel's at, whatever you guys need, I'll put it on the top, whatever you need.
Okay.
But just so you know, it's there. So, I mean, yeah. I don't hide it, no.
So, when you went in the house, very first time you went in the house, did you have your gun with you, or was it
No.
in the car?
No, it was in the car.
Okay.
I went out because I told him, you need to stop, dude. Because I felt threatened that he kept on
Agitating.
pushing, yeah.
And in front
He
of
kept
your
on
girl,
pushing,
in front
pushing,
of Uncle
pushing.
David.
Yeah.
No, that's nonsense. So,
And I felt bad because, I mean, I don't think that's the best thing I could have done. But for me, it's like, okay, well, this dude's bigger than me. What's he gonna do if he pounds the crap out of me? And
did you know Steve before tonight?
I knew
You met him how many times?
probably a couple times. Probably a couple times.
2, 3, 4, how many?
2, 3, about 3.
About 3.
2, 3 times.
And,
He's come over to the house, he stayed with Uncle Dave, and he's helped him, fix his house.
and that's where you know him through Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. And has he been confrontational like this with you in the
Not
past?
usually. No,
Do you know what caused him to be that way tonight?
I don't.
No?
I don't. Like, it kind of flirted me, too. Because usually he's, we get along fine. But tonight, just, he seemed like he was kind of antsy, and I was like, brother, usually, like, we can talk, whatever, and we can, he doesn't cause anything to talk, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But tonight, I don't even know what was going on, but, yeah, that's what it led to, and
So the half a haircut kind of started it all.
I guess, like, it was just like, really? Half a haircut, why?
Did he eventually finish your haircut, or did you?
Well, yeah,
He did?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What kind of gun is it that you have?
I have a Springfield 9mm.
And is it a semi-automatic gun?
Semi,
It's
yeah.
a semi-automatic. What
Yeah.
color is it?
It's black.
Black?
Yeah. I have it registered in my name
Okay.
for level 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what type of ammunition do you usually have in it?
I do hollow points or I do full metal jackets.
Do you know what it had in it tonight?
I think full metal.
The full metal?
Yeah. Usually I don't carry that. Usually I carry the hollow.
But tonight you think it was a full metal? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So was it just the one shot that you shot?
2.
You shot twice?
Twice.
Okay. So walk me through the actual part where you shot.
When I shot twice, I told him back up.
So where were you? Where was he?
We were in the living room.
Okay.
I was outside the door.
The front door?
The front door.
Okay.
And I told him back up from me. And he started coming at me, and that's when I shot him twice. And I stepped back, and yeah, he was somehow I don't know. I may have shot 3 times. Usually it's twice and then 1.
Okay.
So,
So 2 or 3 times maybe?
yeah.
Did you see anything in Steve's hands when he was coming out towards you?
I didn't know
What-
what he had with him,
Okay.
and I didn't want to risk it because I don't know what he's carrying.
Okay.
Like, you
Sure.
know, and I mean, a knife or something is a lot quicker than a gun. So I didn't want to risk it, and I kind of felt like, okay, well, if he's coming at me, I need to protect myself.
Okay.
So,
So you're standing outside the front door, and he's coming towards you. In your words, you said you could have handled it better.
I got it.
That you, right? What do you mean you could have handled it better?
Where judo? Where judo?
Used some judo.
You know, that's how all of us are trained, and you know, just you can step back, you can talk to them, but I mean, when they're coming at you, it's kind of different.
Have you taken judo classes?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Where at?
I took it with Fred Benkin,
Up in
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And you mentioned like 2 shots here and 1 shot here. Where did you learn that?
I learned that from Fred Benkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any military experience? Nothing like in law enforcement?
Well, kind of with, you know, state fair and stuff, and, you know, with my training at level 3, they teach you different things, different tactics, whatever.
Okay.
So, I mean, like I said, I could have dealt with it maybe a little bit different, but
So help me connect.
when something comes into,
Yeah.
you know, like that, you don't really know how to react. So it was kind of different. I mean, I haven't really had to react with somebody that I know.
Right.
So it was a lot different, and it just, it happened. Like, it wasn't, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was different. It wasn't, like, I've dealt with a lot of different situations. This was a lot different.
How was it different?
Because this was somebody that I've actually met that, you know, I've known, and I didn't think that would do something like that.
Right.
So it's kind of weird.
Took you by surprise, kind of.
It did.
Okay. So you get there, the gun stays in the car, you get your hair cut, the altercation kind of begins. What time did you guys get to the Dave's house?
Ooh, I can't even remember. It
Was
was
it light out?
probably earlier. It was like, no, it wasn't. It was dark.
It was dark.
It was probably about maybe 6:30ish,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
And
So it was dark. It was.
you guys start drinking, then go to haircuts. How long did the argument last?
In the bathroom, like for the haircut and stuff,
Yeah.
it wasn't really that long.
Just
You know, it was kind of quick, and it was just like, dude, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, come on. And it kind of just, all right, well, finish this and go take a shower, whatever. And then after the shower, then that's when it, like, kind of got worse.
and you guys were where at when it got worse?
In the living room.
In the living room watching TV?
Yeah.
So at some point you go outside to get your gun,
Mm-hmm.
is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you come back and you're on the deck and he comes out towards you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when you shoot him 2, maybe 3 times.
Yes.
And then what happens after you shoot him and you said Eva got in the way? What
She
happened?
stepped in front of him.
Okay.
So she kind of stepped in front of him, and I looked, and I didn't really snap because, I mean, like, I was focusing on him, and it just, she stepped in the way, and she was telling me to stop, and I don't know what happened. I don't, like, I was focused on him, and then when she got in the way, it was just like, I did not mean to, like, hurt. That's my girl, like.
Yeah. So what'd you do next?
I looked and I was just like, but what happened? Like, why? Like, and, I looked at Steve and I looked at Uncle Dave and I was just like.
Where was Uncle Dave during all
Uncle
this?
Dave was in the living room.
Where was he at in the living room?
On the couch right here. So.
Between the kitchen and the living room,
Yes.
or the
Yeah.
wall?
So he has one of those fold-up beds
Mhm.
that comes up and down. He was sitting on that, and that's where he was at. And he freaked out, and he started getting like, he was like, "What happened?" And it was just, it was a lot to take in. It really was. It just. It was a lot, especially Uncle Dave. I mean, all his stuff that he has to deal with, and then our stuff, Eva, me, him. Like, we usually stick together, just us.
You, Eva, and Dave?
So usually Steve's not even there. And
Where does
tonight,
Steve live?
he's homeless.
Homeless?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of made things a lot worse than they had to be. It did.
With him being there. Okay.
It did.
So-
Yeah,
So Uncle Dave says, what happened? And then, did you talk to him?
I just kind of just zoned out, and I went outside, and
Where'd you go outside?
I just went outside. I went to my car, and that's where I remember PD showed up, and that's really got me.
In your car?
Yeah. That's the only thing I remember.
Okay. Do you remember what happened with your gun? You don't know where it's at? Okay.
I put it, the last thing I remember, I put it in the car.
In your car?
Yeah, in my car.
Do you know where? Somewhere down low?
Yeah, right on the bottom where I usually keep it.
Okay.
That's the last thing I remember was just putting it down, going, like, trying to take everything in, just thinking about everything.
Do you remember unloading it or manipulating it at all when you put it down? No? Do you remember how many rounds were in your magazine?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Don't remember? Okay.
And, I mean, stupid me, like, seriously, drinking and that is, no. Usually I don't, ever. That's not something that I put hand in hand at all.
How's your relationship with Eva?
Good. I mean, we have our fights, but...
Ups and downs like everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you usually fight about?
Stupid stuff.
Like what?
You're drinking this, or you're doing this, or how come you didn't fill the toilet paper, just basic
Little
stuff. Just little stuff. I mean, we made tamales the other night, and it was, we made tamales, there's still tamales in my freezer too.
Yeah.
So, we have fun most of the time, and it's little fights, it's little stuff, and what couple doesn't really fight about that,
Sure.
Sure.
Were you guys arguing at all tonight? Or fighting at all tonight?
Yeah,
Pretty peaceful?
pretty peaceful, except with whatever happened with, Steve, but other than that, no, we weren't fighting.
Okay.
We went to Uncle Dave's to get toilet paper and hang out. That was about it. Other than that, no. We didn't fight. So, like, this whole thing, it sucks. I don't know exactly what went down or what happened. I know Steve's gone. Other than that,
Do you know how you hurt your hand?
that was from the outside. Yeah, that was from outside. Yeah.
From outside? What do you mean outside?
I cut it outside. I was putting stuff away in my tote, and yeah, I cut it.
And caught it?
Yeah. So,
Is there any other cuts on your hands?
no.
No?
No, except like this, like, you know, when I grabbed him, I was like, oh my God.
Who did you grab?
I grabbed Steve.
Steve? Where did you grab him?
I grabbed his head, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, oh my God, like, I freaked out, and, you know, I grabbed Eva, and I grabbed both of them. I mean, it scared the shit out of me, because I was like, oh my God, like, what just happened?
Right.
What just happened? Why? Why? Like, we were fine, what, 5-10 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden this? Like, what happened?
So it escalated that quickly?
It shook me, and it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have happened like it did. You know, but I'm scared. I love her, and that's all I can think about. Like, that's the only thing that I thought about when I was getting arrested. I was like, okay, well, what's going on? They got Uncle Dave, they got me, and I was like, okay, well, where's Eva? And I haven't heard anything.
So when they arrested you, you didn't have shoes on?
No.
Do you remember?
Yeah, no, I had just my socks on.
Just socks on?
Yeah.
Did you kick off your shoes at the house?
Yeah,
When you guys were there
we were
hanging out?
relaxing. Yeah.
What were you guys watching? On
It's Christmas movies.
Christmas movies?
Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Christmas mood?
I'm trying to be.
Okay. So I've been to Uncle Dave's house,
Mm-hmm.
and I walked through there and looked at things. And I appreciate your agreeing to talk with us and your statement. But there's some stuff you left out, and there's evidence at Dave's house that shows us a lot more happened than what you said. And I just want to make for sure that that's your recollection of what happened.
That's my recollection. That is.
Did anybody else have any guns?
No, not that I know of. Well, Uncle Dave has his 22. That's about it.
Where's that kept at?
Usually he has it by the couch.
What color is that one?
I don't even know.
Don't know. A pistol or rifle?
No, it's a rifle, I think.
Rifle?
Yeah.
Did you see it tonight? No?
I didn't see it. Not that I know of.
Okay.
So Mark, I just had a few other questions, and I understand this is traumatic, so take your time. How much? So you were drinking, relaxing. Do you know how much you drink? Do you remember?
We drank a lot.
And when
I'm not gonna lie. Like, we drank a lot.
I mean,
like half a fifth.
half a fifth
Yeah.
straight, or
Straight.
what about?
Maybe beer.
So
beer
when you
with-
say we, you, Ava,
Me, Eva, and Steve.
how many beers do you remember having?
Probably about two.
Two. And
Yeah.
this is in about how many hours?
Probably about 3 hours, 4 hours,
Yeah,
somewhere
4
in
hours.
there.
Okay. And what about? And I just have to ask, any drug use or anything?
No,
No.
no,
Just alcohol.
just alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do drugs. No.
Okay. Good. Yeah, because that stuff.
No, I don't. No.
That's a black hole, especially
Yeah.
especially around here.
Yeah. Well, echoes come out.
Yeah. So, and I'm just gonna be straight up with you, okay? I think everyone has to come to terms with with what they've done. whether it's today or next year. I can see this is struggling. This is already eating at you. This is eating at you, and it's going to continue to eat at you. And you know how you get rid of that is you just let it all out. You don't let it out, it's going to eat at you. You're going to lose your identity of who you identify as. Okay? You're not going to be the same person you let this eat at you. Okay? And this is the time to let that out. This is the time.
Like I said, I mean, that's the only thing that I remember.
Okay.
I mean, I would never do anything to hurt Uncle Dave or Eva or anybody in general.
Okay.
Ever.
And I believe you, but sometimes people make mistakes. You said it yourself. You wish you could have handled it differently. And I believe you. I don't think you're a violent person. One of these people that has a reckless ill regard for life. But something tragic happened tonight. Would you agree? So let's just slow down and let's just start from the beginning. Okay? You got the gun. Who did you shoot first?
Well, I just remember shooting Steve. That's the only one that I remember shooting. And Eva was in the way. That was the only one.
Did Eva get hit by a gunfire?
Yeah.
Where?
By a friendly. I don't know if she got shot in her chest or where.
Okay. And then did you shoot Steve again?
I shot him twice. I know I did.
Okay.
I shot him twice.
And what did you do right after that?
Yeah, I went out to my car, and that was the last thing I remember.
Did you ever shoot at Dave?
No. No.
Did you ever point the gun at Dave?
No. No, I did not. I did not point the gun at Uncle Dave.
Okay. Did you ever fire any rounds towards him?
No. No.
No. Okay.
That was... Steve was the only one that I remember shooting at.
Okay.
That was the only one that I remember because I felt that, and that was it.
And at this point, before the shooting, did he ever say, "Hey, Mark, I'm gonna fuck you up"?
I know he was just like, well, let's go outside. We'll deal with this.
His body language and go outside.
His threat, I mean, he's a big guy.
Did he ever have a weapon?
I don't even know if he did or not.
Okay.
I don't know if he did.
So let me ask you this, Mark. So when you went out to your car to get your gun, why not just go home?
I thought about it too, but I didn't want to leave Eva either. So it was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I probably could have just told her, let's go now. Let's go home, let's get out of here, let's get out of the situation, but I didn't really think about it like that.
Because you were mad.
I was mad, but at the same time, I was just like, well, dude, step off. Step off, and he kept on saying stuff like, this is my house, and blah, 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 and I'm like, no, this is Uncle Dave's house, not yours. No. So it escalated a lot of things, and...
So, basically what I'm hearing is he checked you, and,
yeah.
you weren't going to take that.
No.
Especially in front of your girl.
I mean, it was just...
Do you remember the shooting?
I remember I shot him. I do. I remember I shot him.
And
twice.
what were you aiming at?
Just him.
Any body part in particularly?
No, just him. Don't get away from me. and I shot him twice in the chest.
Okay.
That's all I remember. That was about it. I wasn't focusing on, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you in your head, or no, I wanted him to get away from me. Just, you know, the threat was gone,
Okay.
and then I went away. So.
So. Okay. So, Mark, what I'm about to tell you, I'm gonna be straight up with you, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a man, I'm a man, Agent Harwell's a man, we're all adults here. And like I said, I'm a firm believer that one day, all of us have to answer for our actions. Whether that's through your religion.
I'm Catholic. Well,
Okay.
a lot of us here are Catholic.
Okay, I'm Catholic too.
I know I am.
I know it.
I did.
But you know the first part of forgiveness, right? Is accept. You have to accept. You have to own that mistake. You have to own what you did. Because no one else did it. But you. That's how you begin. That's how you move forward, right? I went to church. I was confirmed in Catholic Church. Were you? Still go to church? You pray regularly? You go to church regularly? You follow the 10 Commandments?
Do this like on purpose. I felt I didn't do it on purpose.
I believe you. I believe you, but something tragic happened. And you know, Mark. Okay? She got shot in the head. She's dead.
No.
Yes.
No. 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 No.
Yes, Mark.
No. No. Oh. No. She thought. No.
Yes.
No. No. No.
And Steve's dead too. Agent Harwell and I walked through that house.
So sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mark, we
Send
both.
me away. Send me away. I will face my facts.
Well, the facts start
I
right here,
know.
Mark. Neither Sergeant Jorgensen or I,
My hand is gone.
and we don't believe you did it on purpose. Somebody that does it on purpose doesn't stay there and wait.
I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. I don't want to live without her. I don't. No.
So here's the thing, Mark. Okay, there's some questions we need answered because, like I said, Agent Harwell and I walked through that home, and there's numerous bullet holes in that house. So this is the time to come clean with us.
Like I said, I don't remember any. All I remember is shooting Steve. That was it. I don't remember anything else after that.
There's bullet holes in Dave's mirror. There's bullet holes in the door.
I don't remember anything other than that.
You don't remember shooting the door?
No.
No. Was the door open when Steve was coming towards you?
Yeah,
front
the door
door?
was open when he came at me. That's all. Like I said, that's all I remember.
Do you ever remember making the comments, "Hey, I'm gonna go get my gun"?
No. Oh.
Eva stayed in the house when you went to get your gun?
Yeah.
Did anybody come out of the house with you? Follow you? Nothing?
Because I think, here's what I think, Mark. Okay? Alcohol's flowing.
Not a good thing to mix.
Not a good thing to mix alcohol and firearms. Steve's been bugging you all night. You had it up to here. You're fed up. He was checking you in front of your girlfriend, and you got that gun to scare him. But what happened was, you ended up shooting her. And you shot him. Because you said yourself, he checked you, and you weren't okay with that, especially in front of her. So you were going to teach him a lesson. You were going to show him that you're the one that he should be worried about, not you be worried of him.
I didn't care about that. Like, I didn't mean to, it to escalate that bad.
Well, what was the reason for getting the gun then?
You said yourself you thought maybe I should just leave.
I mean, maybe I should, but I still went back and I shouldn't have. But I still didn't want to leave without Eva.
You went back because you wanted to show him that he's to be afraid of you.
I didn't love to.
These are the questions that we're asking you, because there's a lot. If you picture your story like a line, there's gaps in that line.
There's only things that I remember, and that's it. All I remember is I was in the car, and that's when PD showed up, and they took me, and they arrested all of us after that. But I don't remember. I remember a little bit of shooting Steve, but I don't remember, I thought Eva was with me.
And what about David?
He was in the living room, that was about it.
Where did he go afterward?
He was just in the living room. He wasn't outside with me. I went outside and I was sitting in my car. That was it.
So you said you go get your gun, you come back, Steve comes at you, and you shoot him twice. Eva gets in the way.
I shot him once. I shot more than twice.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Thank you.
Obviously, I mean, because otherwise she wouldn't have been in the way, and she obviously would still be alive. I I don't remember her being in the way. I don't like how that even got. No, how she got there, I don't know. Maybe she was trying to protect Steve. I don't know, but
So here's the thing, Mark. Okay, this critical incident that's happened. Okay, we've talked to a lot of people involved, and I understand that everyone in their relationship everyone has their own problems and their own issues, but your and her relationship was more than that, right? Basically, she would beat up on you, and you would beat up on her. When
we
started.
had our times. Like, I mean,
Okay.
it was back and forth, but it wasn't like,
Did you ever go to jail for beating her up?
no.
How about her? Did you ever call the cops
No.
on her? But just the other day, you guys got in a little tiff.
We did, but I
On
mean,
tamale night.
it's not like a constant thing. Like, I mean, it's not constant. Like,
I even heard that she stabbed you once,
no,
or with scissors or something.
no. She scratched me. That
Scratched.
was it.
Okay.
That was it.
Not a stab, not
No.
a knife.
No,
What'd
that's
she
bullshit.
scratch you with?
Her nails.
Just her nails?
She always had sharp nails.
Yeah.
That was it. It was, no, she did not ever stab me.
Okay. But you did get into this little tiff last night,
The
right?
night before.
The night before. Excuse me.
Really? What couple doesn't fight?
I agree, but not
But
every.
it's not something that, like, we constantly do all the time.
But not everyone gets physical. People may verbal fight, but not everyone gets into a physical fight. You gotta agree with
There's
me.
sometimes we argue. There's sometimes it's physical. Yeah, it's not good, but I mean, it can go either way. Like, I mean, we'll yell at each other, but other than that, no. It's not all the time. Like, I don't care. Mm-mm.
I believe you. I'm not saying that happens every day. All I'm saying is that your guys' fights have been more than just verbal. You agree with me on that?
Of course, like, I mean, they've been rough a couple of times. Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. And I'm not here to make you feel like shit. I'm not here to beat you down. I'm just asking these questions because we look into these things. We look into every aspect of these things. And assuming we ask you these questions, we want to see how honest you're going to be. What kind of person is Mark? Because we've never met you before.
I would always protect her. Like, she's, like, we were always together. We would go a lot of places. Yeah.
Do you want a water?
Please.
Okay. We're gonna take a little break. Get you some water. Just
I'm just.
stay
Is
right.
there anybody that has a cigarette? Oh my god.
I got a cigarette. You can't smoke in the office.
Oh god, I don't care.
But
I just.
let me
need a cigarette.
give us a little minute. Let us get some water. Get you some water. We'll be right back.
Brother, I'm sorry that you had to. Hey, I'm so sorry.
Good, man.
Oh, it's not good, bro. It's far from good.
Or whatever you think you did to me, man.
Here's some water, Mark. A little cold. Hope that's alright.
All right, Mark. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, think about it for a minute before just answering. On a scale of 1 to 10, how honest have you been with us?
Probably about a 9.
And why not?
As far as I know.
And why not 10? Just why not 100% honest?
When you shoot, when you certify, what do you always tell you? There's always that 1% that you may be off, right?
That's not the training that I've received, no.
I'm always 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I always am. And when you ask, yeah, I am. I have not lied. No, I put that on my oath and I put that on him. I have not lied.
Okay.
As far as I know, and everything to my heart. I have put my 100% into telling you all that I know, all that I remember.
Okay. I'm asking.
All that I remember, I'm putting 100% in. I'm not lying. I'm not sugarcoating it. I know it could have been handled probably a different way.
Yeah, I think there's a better way it could have been handled.
But it wasn't, and we've got over that. It wasn't handled that way. Sergeant Jorgensen and I are here to get your side of the story. And I think that whether intentional or not, there's some parts that are left. I don't think you're lying at all. I don't think you're a bad person. I think that this guy kept bugging you, kept pushing all your buttons until something had to happen.
I would not do it intentionally.
Did you drive over there intending to kill?
No.
No.
Ever. I took tamales the other day too.
Tonight. Are they red or green?
Red.
Red, like the red better.
Well, I can make both.
Yeah.
I can make both. I got.
Pork? Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I can make both. Like, I didn't even expect Steve to be there. It didn't matter if he was there or not. Like,
right, because
we've
you hung out
never,
with him before.
we've never had a problem with him. Ever.
Is there anything else about your statement you'd like to add?
To the best of my knowledge, this is all I know.
Okay, well that's fair enough, man. So, you've been through a lot tonight.
That's my best friend. My girl.
Do you have family here in Pecos?
Valencia's my ranch.
Valencia Ranch.
That's my ranch.
Are you in good standing with your mom and dad still alive?
My dad died 2 years ago.
What about your mom?
My mom's still alive and she's still hurting, but
Is she here in town? Here in
she's in
Pecos?
Valencia.
Valencia? Anyone that can come take care of your dog?
That we could call.
They can call me on Carmen.
Does she live here in Pecos?
Yeah.
Carmen, what's her last name?
Vigil.
Vigil?
Yeah, you know Ralph and Carmen Vigil? Live in East Pecos.
Maybe. I used to be a patrol here.
You know Truesdale?
Yeah.
That's one of my best boys right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Good guy.
I am one of the co-founders of Blair Pass Fire Department.
Okay. Wow.
My dad was Carlos Valencia. We built that fire department, Bill and James McSweeney. You dig in, you'll learn very quickly who I am.
I believe you.
I've always been a civil servant. Always.
So,
I could call my auntie to take care of my dog.
You
If
know,
you guys are taking me to jail, yeah.
do you know her number?
like I said, you're certainly not free to leave before we start talking. You are detained until we have to work the rest of this out. Something like this can't be resolved in an hour or two. But I don't think I have any other questions, Agent Harwell.
Mark, I don't have any other questions. I appreciate you talking with us. You still want a cigarette? Alright. It's a little cold outside. We're gonna have to burn
Right
it.
now, I really don't even give a shit. I really don't.
Valencia's trial will be held in October of 2022. He faces 2 first-degree murder counts and a few other weapons charges.